Okay, so truth be told, because I see the market crashing war between two guys for Nigeria, Blord and VDM, and I see the most devastating part of this, whatever that is happening between these two guys, is the comments and the people who are defending the Blord and people who are also supporting VDM. Usually I don't put my mouth in all these things, but because of personal experience that I've had, I just feel like I just talk small thing. You know, to be honest, with the complaints in Nigeria hard, not be the government, they do everything, they make the country they hard. Make we just stay honest with each other. I just want to talk this one in pidgin so that we cannot understand each other clearly. You understand now? Not be the government. Everybody, almost every shop and store, even as far as hotel. I think, let me start from when I was in Lekki. If you see the plate of rice where they sell for me 3,500 naira, it no reach food where at the shop, or where would they buy banga rice with beans and egg with bomo and shaki for somewhere like Okbara Island in those days. Everything is overpriced. Everything is overpriced. So somehow when I was to leave, I think I just shared this thing before, when I was to leave Nigeria that time, at the point of airport, Murtala Mohammed, Lagos, when I was leaving, one custom officer was asking me for 20 naira, and God and heaven knows that I didn't have 20 naira. I've changed all my money to dollars, and 200 naira, yes, not 20 naira. And all I had was 20 naira and 50 naira or something. I didn't even have up to 17 naira in my pocket. This man said I should give him 200 naira. And I said I did have. That man no make me cash my plane that day. You understand? That's not all, Even food stuff that our people take from home to abroad, the amount they sell it abroad. 1-2 bags of yam will not reach my leg, will not reach my lap. $50, $70 for waiting. Yes, it's good to make profit, but the profit you are making is 3 times the amount. That's not, you see, sometimes, well, now they say, you live in a country where they are not Christian, but the country is good. But the other country that is Christian, and I go use Nigeria as an example, because Nigeria is always a victim of all of everything when they are accused of any misfortune for our life. And I go say this, and I go say that. But imagine somebody buying a phone, including shipment and everything, 280,000 naira, and he come back home and sell it for 400,000. Do you know that's a crime? In a normal society, in a sane society, do you know that's a crime? That's a crime. You go plant tomatoes for your compound or for your yard or for your backyard or anywhere. You go reap the tomatoes. Instead of you to sell that tomatoes, you don't do too much. But when you take it to the market, Gary, the price of Gary is so high. Because we don't have market regulation, market price regulation in Nigeria at the moment. It used to be. I will use Cambodia as an example. In Cambodia, with the word inflation, because sometimes we make it look as if the inflation is only in Nigeria. It's not only in Nigeria. The inflation is everywhere across the world. The price of fuel is only increased with about how many percentage? 0.50, or if, as at now, it's lesser. But any time the price goes or it went up, it comes down. But in Nigeria, whenever the price go up, the price not they come down. The level at which we exploit each other in the country is too much. It's too much. Police go collect money from you for one checkpoint, As they go, they call the one with the front. Say, this guy, they call more gonna collect money from him. I was robbed at the gunpoint in Benin, coming from Benin airport, heading to Sapele. My brother, who was supposed to come and pick me up, got busy because he had a meeting at church in the night, so he don't wake up on time. Yeah, he felt tired, so I had to take a taxi from the airport to go to Sapele. If you see the way they harass me, at the end of the day, the money they want, which is less than $100. But the way they trouble my life, they trouble me and delay me for... Police is extorting money from people. Vigilante is extorting money from people. The church is extorting money. That is the most painful part of it in my heart. The church is extorting money. The lecturers, if you don't buy their books, they will not pass. They will not pass students. The extortion in Nigeria is too much. It's too much. Nobody says you should do business and not make money. This is not about Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. Almost all the tribe. I think I will take an exception for an Hausa. I will take an exception for an Hausa man. The rest, I cannot take an exception for them. But for an Hausa man is not looking to make too much margin of profit. You go to somewhere... The way we want to make money so fast is the reason why the world is afraid of us and they are scared of us. We extort each other too much. How can you do visa for people to travel out of Nigeria over 10 million naira, 4-point-something million naira? That is heartless. If I have up to that same amount of money, let's say 5 to 10 million naira in my bank account, what do they go do abroad? You know, this abroad is overhyped. Eh? You understand? It's overhyped. And it was just because of people like us who, the nature of life we live and how life started with us and all that. That's why people like us come abroad. Abroad is overhyped. Even in this abroad, it is Nigerians that in abroad that are extorting money. Most of Nigerians in abroad that are extorting money from people back home. This extortion needs to stop. If truly agencies like EFCC and ICPC, I bet what they call them, NCP, I don't remember whatever they are called. If actually they are functioning, this war between VDM and what's it called, Blord, therefore don't land for court, because these are strong allegations. You don't just crash. You don't just inflate prices because you want to make too much of a profit margin. It is criminal. It is it's crime. It is wrong. You go buy something from somebody, finish. Now, within 1 minute, you go and sell it 3 times the amount, and yet you go to church and you still pray, and you say that God should answer your prayer. And you say that your conscience... what baffles me is that if... man. And my conclusion of this matter is that I'm happy what's happening is happening. And it's not only just in these two guys. It's a revival that is happening in Nigeria. I am so sorry for those people who are losing their loved ones and all those things right now. But if you are a spiritual person, you have a spiritual eye, you have a discernment, you realize that these things that are happening in Nigeria, it's a revival. It is a shaking in the system. This is why they hate Peter Obi, because he said he will crash the system and rebuild all the institutions from ground again, which is why they don't want to give him an opportunity, which is fine. But if he's serious about it and he have people and Nigeria believe that they want to take over their country, these things should not be happening in Nigeria. These things should not be happening in Nigeria. The extortion in Nigeria is too much. We are complaining that there is hardship, the economic hardship, and the highest rate of unemployment in the country. But once one person is given an opportunity into a sensitive position in the country, they just want to take advantage of so many people, which is wrong. And we need to change. We need to change. We need to change. And this is the truth. What VDM is doing is not a bad thing, in my own opinion. But what this guy, the other guy, Blord, also did it's really, really bad. It's criminal offense. It's criminal offense. Let's see the truth. We don't like to tell each other the truth in our country. And this has brought us into a very saddening situation. That when somebody is not stealing, they look at it that this one, get levels. But when you see the one that is stealing and is using the money to oppress other people, say, now they get money. That's not normal for every society. And it's affecting the country. That's why you see President, I don't support Tinubu though, but one of the reasons I feel, in my opinion, that the man travels from one country to another country is to sensitize the foreign investors that, look, this is my time, and I assure you of your return investment. Come and do business in Nigeria. A country like Nigeria should not be traveling, a president of a country like Nigeria should not be traveling anywhere seeking investors to come if the system is good. I also share with us here in this platform a few years ago, I was pursuing an internet company. Yes, to go to Nigeria. And my brothers will bear me witness, including their wife. When I was home, I made a proposal, and I did a presentation in PowerPoint as at that time, and I brought it and I shared it to 3 internet companies in Cambodia, in Malaysia, as well as somewhere else. And these people, they liked my proposal. I had access to the Senate. Yes, as at that time, the the Deputy Senate President, who happened to be from our place, and through 1 or 2 persons, I have an access to him. And I spoke to everybody, and I was ready to fly these people from here to Nigeria and have an MOU signed. But what was the fear? Then the xenophobia thing in South Africa broke out. And when it was in news, it was reported that it was happening in Nigeria. And that crashed the negotiation I was having with the company at that time, that they went and they brought out so many information that even if they go there now, as at that time, the licensing charges was about about 900 and something thousand naira, which was not, let's say, approximately ₦1 million. But the people were weary to go. They were even ready to pay for the flight to take us from here to Nigeria and everything. They spoke to people and all that. We made all the necessary arrangements. But why didn't that work? Because of extortion. The Chinese people said that some of their colleagues who had gone ahead to invest in Nigeria, they were extorted so much money. At the end of the day, the license of operation was not given to them. So these things are what is affecting our reputations internationally. So we need to actually expose those who are doing things like this. I don't support violence. I don't support cyberbullying. I don't support people doing things that are not appropriate. But to be quite honest with all of us, it is time that we redefine the face and rebrand the country Nigeria, a country with so much potential, very young population in numbers, human capital, resources, and natural resources. And yet we can't keep going like this. We can't keep going like this. Let's not talk about the aspect of travel agency. Those are the most devilish aspect of the country. The travel agencies in Nigeria, oh my God. When I missed my flight and I needed to change my flight in Murtala Mohammed Airport, can you imagine someone charging me 200 to 300,000 naira to change flight ticket? How much is the ticket? How much is the extortion in Lagos Airport? In Nigeria, African restaurants abroad, the price of a plate of food is higher than a plate of food you can eat in an intercontinental hotel. Come on. We need to be serious. We just need to, if you really want to be traveling the world like every other person and all that, we need to checkmate one another and hold each other accountable, and there will be a system of transparency. That's the kind of Nigeria we're looking for. And until we get that, the rest of the world will still take us like we're scammers. They will take us like we're not serious about the future that we're really craving or aiming or striving for. So with all due respect, the extortion in Nigeria among Nigerians needs to be checkmate and put a total stop on by the government, and let the market price regulation begins to be effective once more. Then people will be safe to bring their money into investing in such a country. We can't keep messing around and expect things to be different. I just wanted to say this. I'm sorry if this video offend anybody, but whether you are Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, we are all called to duty to make sure that, and don't forget Urobo as well. Let's calm down and do what is right and what is best for ourselves, for us to have a good and comfortable life, that everyone will be able to afford something. Then crime rate will go down. All manner of things will go down in the country. That's how people survive. Talk a little, no time to tell time. Let's live well.